Okay, I'm here at Al Dupuis' house, 2nd Avenue, Digby, and I'm going to talk to Al about his Christmas light display. So, how long have you been doing this, Al?
I think I started in 2007, if I remember right. That's when I think I started. So I guess this is my 7th year.
7th year of doing it. Wow, that's a really huge display. Has it grown each year, do you think?
Yeah, it's evolved. It's evolved. It started with an idea about a little runway, which is right here in the front. I kind of started with that. The giant candy canes at the end, they're 7 feet tall. My idea was to have those lollipops kind of leading up toward the angel in the middle of the candy canes. But the stuff that I've evolved around it, and I've developed the runway with the smaller candy canes kind of extending this lollipop runway, and the things at the end of the more lights at the end of those little candy canes going up to the giant ones. I mean, it's evolved into something, better than what I had, for sure.
It seems like every time I see it, there's new and different things in the display, for sure. So when you started out, did you have it in mind that it would ever be this large?
No, I certainly did not. But each year that I do it, I like to change it a little bit. I get some different ideas, and I like to include those ideas. So the front of the house, which is that kind of gold, as you can see, it's gold, green, and red. If you look at the front of that house, that's mostly what you see. It's golds, greens, and reds. And that's what I wanted. And that's what I got. Everything right from the signs, season's greetings, to the bells, which are gold. The signs are red and green, and the bells are gold. And you look at all the other lights and they're gold, to even little Snoopy, and which I put on that porch this year, and Charlie Brown. I mean, they're red and gold. So if you look at the front of the house, that's pretty much all you're going to see. Is pretty much red and gold.
And do you think of that as kind of a theme?
Well, it is for me. It's a theme. To me, it looks like an old-fashioned style. It looks a bit like a gingerbread house, to me. The candy canes that I put along those railings was an idea I had about 5 years ago, I guess now. I don't think I did it from the beginning. But and I take those candy canes down, and I have to put them back up again. But those candy canes, if you look at them, they're a gold with a tinge of red in them. And not all candy canes, matter of fact, all the candy canes you see in the stores now, they're not this color.
No, they're not. No.
You can't get these candy canes anymore, I don't believe.
No, the ones you see now are red and white.
They're all red and white.
Yeah.
So I stumbled on these candy canes, and I've got a whack of them, and I get my friend to fix them. Whenever they go dead, he fixes them for me and brings them back.
And who would that be now?
That's Ron Smith.
Okay.
Ron Smith, become a very good friend. He's an electrician, really. Anything electrical he dabbles with. He didn't do that for his living, but in my mind, he's an electrician. So he fixes a lot of my stuff.
And he's doing that as a volunteer, I guess, is he?
Well, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I give him money when he'll take it, but it's hard to get him to take it.
Right.
But yeah, he just volunteers his service.
Well, I imagine there's quite a bit of work for him around this place. So many different electrical things at work here.
Yeah, like I say, he takes it home with him, and he when he gets time, he frigs around with it. But this year, over here in the front of the house, if you look at the top of the house, I changed that look a little bit.
Right. I thought it looked a little different from last year.
I decided to go with the four silver stars. I tried the gold stars and didn't like them at all. So I went with the silver stars, and I find it works up there.
I like the silver stars.
Yeah, I do too.
They kind of offset the colored lights.
Yeah, they do. And I found the gold ones just didn't work. I had them up there, tried them, didn't work.
And who'd you get to go up there and put all that stuff up?
Justin Wood. He works for the town. Good friend. We golf together. And Justin Oliver has been up there. He's a teacher.
Right.
And also I've had yourself. You've been up there.
I have been up there years gone by.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I've also got Willard Doucette.
Oh yes, Willard.
And Willard, golfing buddy of mine. I also have taught his kid. And Willard has been up there. So, you know, you can't just go up there on a ladder by yourself. You have to have someone holding it.
Right.
And Justin is the guy that we put another ladder on the top of that porch, and then we can get to the peak, and he's the one that's strewn all those lights that have been strung up those edges. That's Justin Wood.
Wow.
He's a fireman,
What
so
an
he's
effort.
not afraid of the height.
Right.
He's up there, we talk, I hold the ladder, we shoot the shit, and he gets her done.
Yeah. Oh, he did a really nice job up there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a great design as well.
Well, you see the inside. I see the inside. You see those candy canes and the candles in the windows.
Right.
They're on the inside of the house,
Oh, okay.
so they accent. And you can see there's 2 candy canes and 2 candles upstairs. And if you look on the porch here, you've got a candy cane and a candle, so they all match. So that's what I want for the front of my house. So I've got 3 candles and three candy canes in the windows of the house in the front. And then you've got the wreath, which is on the door. I like that wreath.
Oh yes, that wreath looks really good.
Of course, you see Snoopy.
Yeah.
Snoopy's on the ledge of the railing there.
There, I've got Snoopy. Yeah. Snoopy's looking really good. All dressed up for Christmas.
Yep. And then you got Snoopy on top of his doghouse, right here, right on this railing.
Right on the railing. Oh yes, I see. Yep, yep, yep.
Now next to the rhododendron here, on each side of the rhododendron, we got 2 mailboxes. I have a mailbox on each side
Right.
of the rhododendron. The rhododendron has only red and green.
Wow, that's a kind of unusual setup.
Oh, I like the colors on the rhododendron.
Oh yeah, I like the colors. Looks really attractive. It's a nice deep red there too. And what are these bulbs in front of it here?
I call these, I call them candle globes because they're kind of a shape of a candle. But they were over there last year.
Right, okay.
And I moved them. I didn't know where to put them because they had to be moved. And the reason they had to be moved was because that section is the white section. So it didn't belong there.
No.
So I moved them to the front of the tree with my wife. That gave me the idea. She said, why don't you surround the tree? Kind of surround the shape of the tree with them. And it's turned out to be a great idea.
Yeah, they seem to fit the multicolored gingerbready theme pretty well over here.
It turned out to be a great idea. Now this side
Yeah, this side looks pretty different.
over here is my favorite side. And this is a favorite side of many. This is the second theme. The front of the house is the gingerbread theme, I call it. This section is the white section. So if you look here, you get mostly icy white. You get the drippers from both trees, the front tree and the back tree.
Right.
You've got reindeer, of course, small and large, bucks, does. You've got a snowman at the back with the little blue hat on.
Yep.
You've got that tree, which has got that the fluttering look in the back next to the buck there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got another snowman in front of the front tree. He's up against it. He's got a real frosty look or icy look. You've got these little twigs here too that give it color. But that fence is something that you and I put together. I had an idea about putting like a corral look, and that's what I got. Is I had rope lights, and we pounded those posts in the ground, and it sort of to me it seems like a little mini corral.
Right, it kind of frames in the animals.
It frames in the animals.
Kind of defines the section as being a
Yep, it does.
specific area.
And then you see here next to the buck that's moving his head, right here, this buck here on the right's moving his head.
Okay.
It's right of the tree, the front tree.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
He's moving his head, and then you've got the sleigh, which is behind him.
Right.
And then ahead of him, coming towards us, are those 3 rabbits. You should be able to see those 3 rabbits. They're behind the white bush. The front lights, white bush in the front.
Yeah, I need to step over here to see the
3
rabbits.
little rabbits there,
Oh, yeah, I love the rabbits.
one behind the other.
Yeah.
And just behind the rabbits is a polar bear, a little tiny polar bear.
Okay,
See him with the little
I
red
see
scarf
him,
there?
yeah,
I just got him this year.
yeah.
He doesn't light up as well as I would like, so what I'm going to do, when I get time, I'm going to take his head off, and I'm going to string some more lights in his body. I'm going to put
Yeah, that would make him match some of the
Oh, yeah.
brighter objects there a little bit better.
I'm going to spruce him up a little bit.
Overall, it looks really nice. These few colored lights on the side are kind of a contrast to set it off, I guess.
The colored lights on the side don't bother anything.
No, not at all, no. No, they look fine.
There's an awful lot of people who come here who love this section.
It's pretty unique.
It's mostly women, and the women, you know, they love white. They really like the white look, and there's a lot of people that love this section.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and you don't see anything like it around.
I haven't seen anything like it. No, I have not. But what I like about this is there's something perhaps for most everybody. Some people prefer this, so they'll stand here or they'll stop their car here and they'll look at this and they'll admire this section because they like this a lot. Others will spend more time in front looking at the front of the house. They like the rhododendron. They like the red and green on the rhododendron. They look at that more. And then you've got others that will go to the other side, which is the side we haven't been on yet, and look at the carnival side. You want to go over there?
Okay, let's go over to the carnival
Before
side.
we go,
Yeah.
you can see I added these 2 little white
Right, I was just going to ask.
rotating lights.
Yeah,
It's a globe that rotates and just creates that nice little effect on the front here. I think it's cute.
yes.
I think it's cute.
Makes a pattern right on the grass.
It makes a pattern on the grass. Yep.
Yeah.
Now this globe.
There's
here,
another one over here.
This one is multicolored,
Right, so it's in the colored section, of course.
but it works here because the colors that it has blends in with the colors on
Right.
those candle things ahead of them. So it works.
Yeah.
That's why I put it there. The biggest section we're coming to now is the carnival section. You might want to take a look at the side of the house and what I've done on this side. There's a whole bunch of stars on it, as you can see.
Right.
There's some trees. There's a couple of trees that are on each side of a window. They're gold. You look at the dormers up top. The dormers have gold. Last year they were gold and blue, and I didn't like them. So we took them down and replaced them with straight gold.
Yes, they look really good that way.
I like it that way. You can see a string of lights on the top and you see them moving and flashing now, they're going
Right.
red and green.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they're going to go through a whole whack of patterns here.
Amazing.
Well, I like them a lot. Now they're back to red. They're all
Yeah,
red.
yeah, I got them.
Now they're going to change again. They're going to go through a whole bunch of different things.
Now, is that a pattern sequence you picked out on,
Yes.
on the control? Yeah,
It's one I picked out on the control. It's the one I like the best.
yeah.
Now
Yeah,
they're
that's
blue.
Spectacular, yeah.
And now they're going through multi. See?
Yeah,
There's
see
all that
them
multi look.
twinkling in multi there.
Yeah.
And offsetting the dormer lights.
Yeah, they are.
And the white stars down below
Yeah,
are another offset.
yeah.
Yeah, that looks really good.
And now they've switched back to blue. And they go through this whole different stuff. It's good fun to watch.
Yeah, it's mesmerizing to watch some of these.
Now that same setup is also on the garage. If you look at the garage, I've got one strand of lights. They're now green. They're now just changed to red.
Okay.
They're right on the edge above the door that I go inside to feed my cats. Now they went white. They're just above the door. They
Yeah,
just changed
okay,
to- oh,
there.
Now they're with the red.
They're red, yeah.
Now they went to green.
Yeah, 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 there it's.
Now they've been back to white. And I've got flashers that are on top of the garage. I've got two reindeer and a sleigh on the top. Matter of fact, you helped me with that.
Right.
To fix some lights up there. And that's right on top of the roof of the garage.
And they stayed up through the storms last spring and summer, which is pretty
Secured them
amazing.
well enough that they did. Might as well keep on with the garage for a moment.
Yeah, there are recurring themes here, like the flashing lights, and it's almost like jazz in a way.
Yep.
Some of the themes
if you
to
look
repeat.
over here on the garage again, you can see we put some lights around the actual garage door, and they're white.
Oh, around the garage door. Let me just get there. Okay, yeah, and there seem to be some drip lights there on the garage door.
There's some drip lights that are inside the windows.
Okay,
I put them inside the windows, so they're not on the outside of the door, they're inside. And I've got a blue star there. And I went and put that little, it looks like an aardvark to me.
an aardvark.
Well, it looks like an
Okay, I
aardvark.
see the aardvark. Yeah, I see it.
He's got, he's gold, and he's right below the star. I think he looks cute.
I like the aardvark or whatever it may be. Yeah,
I think it's an aardvark
could be
or,
an
or a
aardvark.
small polar bear.
Yeah, more likely a polar bear, but then again,
Probably a polar bear, but to me it looks like an aardvark.
you don't see too many polar bears that color around.
Now, over here on the left side of the garage, which goes up to the loft, you can see the gold trim. It's on the left-hand side of the
Right,
garage.
right.
It's actually a door, and we, as a matter of fact, I think it was you and I.
Yeah,
We put those multicolored lights around the door, but they're strand of what do you call them? Rope lights.
rope lights.
And they've got 8 settings, different settings. And the setting that I have on them now is kind of cute. It goes from red to green to blue. You know, creates a little action. I've got 8 set. I can go over there now and change that to something else
Yeah, it's going a little faster than it was the last time I saw it, I think.
because I moved it.
Yeah,
I changed it.
yeah. Well, it's good to change it, I would say.
So that pretty much takes care of the garage. On the inside of the garage, you can see Santa Claus's face, one on each side of the door. They're on the inside of the garage.
Right.
And those bells, which are below Santa Claus's face, are on the inside of the garage as well.
Okay. Yeah, they're more protected.
So now we're at the theme 3, which is, I call it the carnival theme. At the front of this runway is probably my newest addition, which is the London Bridge.
Okay.
It's in the front right here.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive looking item.
Yeah, it's at the front of the runway. We've got 3 flower trees on the other side of the London Bridge. We have a green one on the left, pink in the middle, blue on the right.
I like the trees. I think some people like those really a lot.
Oh yeah. The
Pretty-
women are commenting about the flower trees. They love them.
Pretty popular item.
Oh, yes.
London Bridge is brand new this year, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
And then behind the London Bridge, we've got the start of the runway. And the runway begins with suckers, I call them, lollipops. And the lollipops work in sequence. So when one changes, they all change.
Just watching to see that. Oh, there they go. They changed to a purpley color. Now they're pink. Now they're red.
Yep.
Yeah.
When one changes, they all change. And it's a pretty popular item, really. A lot of people love to look at them.
And that's a set control sequence too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the lollipops alone make a pretty impressive display. People here looking at the display over.
Now in the middle of this first runway are 6 lights. And if you look at them, they actually drip a little bit.
Right, okay, I see that, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, every once in a while, one of them will just...
Yeah. And they just kind of accent that runway in the middle.
Right, a contrast in a way
Just
to
a little bit of
the
a
colors
contrast.
of the...
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Not a big deal, but creates a little action in the middle of the runway.
And
At the end of the runway of this first runway, you can see 4 stars.
right, 6-pointed stars apparently.
Yes. What are they? Stars of David?
Star of David, I believe, yes.
I think they're Star of Davids. I got 4 of them at the end of the runway. Behind them are 2 polar bears.
Right, I got
A big
the polar
one
bears.
and a little one.
Yeah,
And then behind the polar bears is the second extension to the runway. And I decided to do that with candy canes.
oh, okay.
So that process takes me quite a while because I got to get them in line.
Yeah,
I got to get them in a line, and I got to get them spaced out so that it's the right distance going towards the 7-footers at the end. So this is all leading to the 7-foot candy canes in the back.
I have to move over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I've got the 7-footers, and there's a couple of things in between there. There's some white, what are those white objects on the
Well,
ground
what you
there?
see in between, at the end of the second runway, which the second runway is the candy canes,
Right,
there's 3 flashers, and they're in the ground, and they're at the very end of the second runway.
right,
After those flashers, if you stand over where I am here, there's 2 rows of lights that are staked in the ground, and they're pure white. And I've got them in a line which go and they point towards each giant candy cane. The lights on the left point to the left candy cane, the lights on the right are
okay,
in
yeah,
line.
I see them now.
See, so what it
yeah.
is, if you look at it, even say from this angle here, from where I'm standing over here,
Right,
you can kind of get a better picture. If you stand right where I am here, you can see them in a row. And they create another runway.
I'm just going to come over here.
Yeah, you can even getting up closer here, you can really see it by standing here. You stand where I am right here, look.
Yeah.
See the extension of it here?
Yeah, now I've got to zoom in on it.
So you can't kind of get that effect from the road, but you can from here. So now there's 1, 2, there's 6 in each row.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I see both rows from here.
And that's what I decided to do, was put
Yeah.
them in a row to create a third runway, or a third extension. It's all one runway.
It's all one runway.
Yeah, the third extension. There's 3 extensions.
There's 3 pieces of
There's
the
3
runway,
pieces to it.
essentially.
The first one are the lollipops, the second one are the candy canes, and the third one is the lights.
Right.
And that leads up to the angel in the middle of the 7-foot candy canes.
Okay.
And behind the angel is an item which looks like a tree.
Right.
And that item creates a pattern which flashes on her and accents her. That's why I put that tree there.
Right, it kind of gives her a
Oh,
background or an
Well,
intermittent background
it
there.
makes her majestic. It
Yes.
makes her stand out.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if you look between the two candy canes, there's green lights. But what
Right.
was there before got torn all the heck in the storm we had, so I had to rip it out, and I developed that section. I got an idea what would look good there, and I thought green lights would be perfect, and so I frigged around to try to get them in a certain order and a pattern that made some kind of sense, because you got to take 25 lights or whatever you got in your string, and you got to figure out how am I going to get them to look decent. So I was by myself on a step ladder, and it was cold. Holy Jesus, it was cold, and I'm up there like a fool, but that's what I created.
Yeah, they make kind of an arch there. I like the arch effect. That's really
Looks
good.
nice, eh?
Yeah. And that color of green is good too. That matches
No,
some
the
of
wife
the other,
likes it.
other greens around, like I'm
No,
seeing.
after I was done with it, I thought, Jesus, that looks pretty good.
Let's check the screen out here. Yeah. Greens are all matching up. And they all look really nice.
Now, as you can see, if you want to look just right of the, left of the runway, on the far end, you can see a deer pulling a sleigh.
Right, I've got it.
If you look across from the deer pulling the sleigh, it's an item I just set up the other night, which you can see it from here if you stand where I am now. It's a bear. It's a gold bear.
Just coming
Just
up
left,
here.
left of the pink tree.
Okay, I see it.
You can see his snout.
Yeah, I see the gold bear. Yeah,
I got him facing. He's looking at the deer.
right.
That's a gold bear with a gold hat.
Yeah, that looks good. That's new this year too, is it?
Well,
Or just a new position?
it was sit. I've had him for 5 or 6 years. I just haven't had him out.
Yeah,
He was sitting there. I got looking at him, thinking, I wonder if I could find a spot for him.
yeah.
And sure enough, I found a spot. Now, if you come this way a little bit, before the deer and the sleigh, you see a palm tree.
Okay, I see the palm
see the-
tree.
the
I see
green
the
top.
top, the green top. I see.
Now, the lights went out mostly on that, and I had to go and restring them. I was out here the other day, and I put some new green lights on the top of the palm tree.
Yeah, I noticed the other night when I was here that you had improved the right-hand side of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It looks like it did originally now.
Well, it looks pretty good now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And behind the palm tree on the left are the dripper lights hanging from the tree.
Oh, okay. I might need to just come down again to get a better shot of those. There we go. Yeah, the dripper lights are great.
Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn my laser on so that you'll be able to see what my laser does to the top of that tree. You watch what my laser will do.
The great big tree.
The big tree that's left of the giant candy cane.
Yeah.
I'll turn the laser on now.
Okay.
First effect that I'm going to give you, Rupert, is I'm going to give you the laser on the garage door.
Oh, okay. I'll come up here where I can see the garage door.
Garage door.
Yeah. Wow.
See what he's doing to the door?
It's a rotating pattern
It rotates.
and changes color as well.
Stars are red, green.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
Red, green. They flicker a little bit, and they stop at green, and then they flicker again.
Yeah, it's almost like a projector.
What?
It's almost like a projector.
Well, that's what it is. It's a laser.
It's a laser projector, I guess.
Laser projector.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do in a minute, looks nice, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
My wife loves that. That's what she prefers me to do it. In a second, I'm going to take and shift the position, and I'm going to shine it up on that tree, and the effect on the tree is not going to be like this at all.
No.
So what you're seeing there now, you're seeing the actual stars are clear because of that. It's a solid back. Once I go and point it out in the middle of the air, watch what's going to happen now. It's a whole different effect. Look at the effect you get now.
Yeah, it's totally different effect.
Huh?
It's totally different.
Well, yeah, because you
It's spread out, of course, much farther because
Oh,
it's
yes.
farther away.
because it doesn't have a back.
Plus, the tree is breaking it into multiple
Yeah,
little sections.
yeah. It almost looks like a bunch of fireflies that are flying around the tree.
Yeah, it appears to be something in the tree is causing the effect.
Yes,
But in fact, of course, it's the projection.
right.
Yeah,
Neat, eh?
very neat.
I've had people stand at the road and go, "What in the hell you got up in there, up in that tree?"
Yeah,
And I said, "I got nothing in the tree." And they'll say, "Well, yes, you do. It's right there."
yeah,
I said, "No, there's nothing in the tree.
yeah,
It's a projection to the tree."
yeah, it's amazing.
Well, just going to prove the same item that I had shining on the garage door, look at the difference by shining it on that tree, what it creates.
Yeah, very, very different.
So if you use your imagination, you can create a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's not quite as bright up there, but it's much more amazing because you don't know how it can be up there
No, it's not right up there at all
until you explain it.
until you explain it to them.
Yeah,
But people notice it and wonder, what in the hell is it? It's an eye catcher.
yeah,
And it's just an idea I had. I said, I'm going to shine it on a tree and see what it does.
you seem to be thinking of new ideas all the time here.
Well, I had a man the other night say to me, those dripping lights, he said, you're the first guy I've ever seen use them on a tree. Well, I said, I don't know if I am or not, but fine. The effect of the dripper lights on the tree is totally different than if you have it dripping in a porch.
Yes,
But they were meant to be in a porch.
yeah, I've seen them on porches quite a
Yeah,
few
well, they were
times.
meant to be there, and that's where everybody puts them, because they're protected there.
Yeah,
The problem with putting them in the trees is that water will get in them, moisture. So
right.
my buddy Ron has put a sealant, the best he could, on each one of them to try to seal them so water can't get in them.
Yeah, that's good. They seem to be lasting pretty well this year.
Oh yes, they're lasting very well.
We've had a lot of wet weather too.
We've had, imagine all the rain we've had,
Yeah,
and look, they're still looking pretty good.
he just thought of that himself, did he? How to fix them so they wouldn't.
What's that?
Ron just thought of that on his own, did he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't my idea. That was Ron's idea.
yeah, pretty impressive.
Ron said, well, shit, why don't we put something on them that'll help stop the water from going in them?
Yeah. Yeah, that worked. It did the trick.
Now, I changed the configuration of these shrubs, or whatever you want to call it. What are these, shrubs?
shrubs, I'd say, or bushes, whatever.
Bushes.
Yeah.
Well, they're on Danny's property, and I can use anything I want on his property. So last year I had, the front one was white, the next one was blue, that was purple, the next one was green, and the rose bush, which is the blue one now, was red. So last year it went white, blue, purple, green, and red. This year I went red, green, because they're Christmas colors.
Mm-hmm.
The purple stayed in the middle, and white and blue go well together.
Yes.
So I think this looks the best that I've ever had it.
Oh, yeah. That looks really good.
But that wasn't my idea. It was a lady standing at the road with me last year. She's an art, you know her.
Terry Fillmore.
Yep. And she said, Al, can I give you an idea? I said, yeah. She said, next year, why don't you switch your trees around and have these colors the way I'm going to describe them to you. She explained to me why, because she said red and green go well together, and the off-white and the blue go well together, and have your purple in the middle. Work perfect.
Yeah, no, it's very good.
And then this one here, as you can see right in front of us, is pink. I love the color pink. Pink is one of my favorite colors. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees, and they all have different colors on them. Well, actually 7, because the one in front of Danny Corbett's house is an aqua green. So that's not the same green as that.
And I also seem to be seeing a pink one sort of behind the blue one there.
What's that?
There's a pink one. Oh, I see.
The big reindeer.
Oh, that's the pink reindeer. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't really get a good shot of it from here,
up here.
but we'll,
Come right up here.
yeah.
You can get a good shot of him. Just come stand here, Rupert.
Okay. I'm coming up here.
That's a gorgeous reindeer. That's one of my favorite items right there, that reindeer.
And isn't there a story behind that this year, that 2 reindeer were made into one? Or
Correct. So I had 2 pink reindeer, one the head worked and the other one the body worked.
Okay.
So I said to Ron, I said, is there any way we can splice these 2 together somehow and get the head and the body together? He said, let me work on it. He took a couple of days, he figured it out, now we got 1 reindeer.
Yeah, it makes a nice contrast with the blue and the off-white bush behind it.
Gorgeous. And then you got the white drippers in the back.
And the white drippers. Pan around here for a second.
Now you've got a dog here. That's new this year.
Oh, yes. That almost looks like a Snoopy type dog.
It's a Snoopy type, yeah. And behind him are just some little branches, and they are battery operated. So they're run on a battery pack.
Okay. Right now. Oh yes, those little branches.
Little branches between the dog
Yeah,
and,
I've got them now.
and the pink the pink tree.
Yeah, I got them.
And while you're here, you might take a quick look at the. I love that guy. Look at the goose.
Okay. Just need to get back a little bit from the goose.
That's a nice goose, isn't he?
Yeah, that's been here pretty well every year, I think.
Oh, that's been, I have another goose in the garage that I don't have up, but I've had these 2 goose now for almost from the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've
It's
seen the goose
2008,
before.
2009, and I really like the goose. It's got a Santa hat on. Nice looking item. Behind the goose, we got a well right here, which you see that
Oh yes,
I
the
have
well,
with white
right.
lights on.
Yeah, yeah,
I had Snoopy on them last year.
right. Snoopy moved to a new spot for this year,
I moved him to a new spot.
Yeah.
The problem with Snoopy on them is that you get you got a well which is so high, then you put Snoopy on the top. When you're standing at the road, he's blocking some
He's
stuff.
blocking, right.
You see, I'm trying to keep things at a certain height. The taller things I put in in areas further away. The shorter things, everything's got to sort of have a place.
I've noticed that before. You tend to go to the road each time you put something up to see whether it's where it seems to offset other things well.
I don't want something in something's way. I don't want anything to be in the way of something else.
Right, the whole point is the visual
Yeah.
display from the road.
Yes. Now in front of the well here is the cat. And she is one of my favorite items. Of course, you know I'm a cat lover.
Right. Yeah, there are quite a few real cats around, and this is the
I see
symbolic
14 of them in the dump.
Christmas cat. And 14 at the dump. Wow.
I feed 14, yeah.
And there's what, about 12 or there must be 9 or 14 around here, aren't there? 5 in
feed
the
a bunch here. Now we're coming over. Now you can see there's a dog up there between a wiener dog between the red bush and the blue bush.
Oh, okay.
See the wiener dog?
Yep, got the wiener dog, yeah.
Present on his back.
Yeah, he's got a present on his back. Yeah, I got him.
While you're looking around, I'm going to let a cat into my neighbor's house.
Okay. Al doesn't like to see a cat be out in the cold. Let's pan around here while he's doing that. It's the carnival section blending into the gingerbread.
Donation box. This donation box I put up a few years ago. Actually, this is the second one. Someone stole mine a couple weeks ago. So I had another one made, and you know, it allows people to put what they want in it. Helps me with my power.
Right, now there's a big layout of expense here, I realize that.
So, you know, whatever I get in there, well, it'll help towards my power.
Yeah, not to mention it can go toward developing new things for other future years, perhaps.
Now here, just on this hill, I decided to put a snowman, which I got at the Walmart, Yarmouth. He's on a sleigh, as you can see, he's on a sleigh, and he's coming down the hill.
Yeah.
This is my second year I've had him, and I put him in the same place every year. He's been there every year.
Yeah, well, that's the perfect place, right on the bank there.
Yeah. Now over here, how are we doing for time? We got
42 minutes, 43
yeah,
minutes.
we're almost 40. Yeah, we're doing good. Over here, we got, this is Danny Corbett's
Danny's
side.
right? Yeah.
Okay, it's on the left of my house.
It's your decorations, of course.
And they're my decorations.
Yeah.
What I have here is Deborah's favorite is that teddy bear. That's her favorite. She loves that teddy bear.
Yeah, the teddy bear is pretty nice.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Gold, it lights up good, and it looks like a teddy bear.
It does look like a teddy bear.
I guess it does.
Yeah.
Left of the teddy bear is a cow.
Okay.
There's the cow.
Yeah.
And then left of the cow is a dinosaur.
The dinosaur. I like the dinosaur myself.
I know you do. I
Well,
almost didn't
I like
put
the
him out.
other things too, but the dinosaur is my favorite of those three for sure.
Yeah, I almost didn't put him out. But once I got him out, I thought, my God, he's gorgeous.
There's something about him. He just has a ferocious look, but he's living life to the full up there.
Yeah, he's got a Santa hat on his head.
Oh yeah.
So those three in a row are dinosaur, cow,
Cow,
teddy bear.
Teddy bear. Yeah.
Now over here is another bush which has got the aqua green. As you can see, it's a bluish green. It's a gorgeous color.
It's a beautiful color.
Oh, it is.
I hope the camera is capturing it because it's.
There's no other color like this color anywhere on this site.
No.
Nowhere. You could go anywhere else and look at any blue, and none of them are this color.
No, there's nothing else.
It's a bluish
Yeah.
green. It's a greeny blue. It's a very nice color. So I've got, and they're actually patio lights. They're
patio lights.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're tiny little circular patio lights, and I bet you I probably have got on that bush alone, I would wager that I would have 10 or 12 different strands of lights on there.
Wow.
It might not look like it, but it is.
Yeah, it's not a color you always associate with Christmas, but it's really effective there.
Oh, it's gorgeous. There's no other spot that has that color, and it's aqua blue-green.
I seem to be seeing an animal in the background there that looks like a giraffe.
It is. It's a giraffe, and I couldn't figure out whether I was going to put him up or not because his legs are so long and he's unstable that last year the wind just blew him over.
Oh, okay.
I kept trying to figure out how to get him up, so I said, I'll fix you, you bastard. I said, I'll put you up against something solid
Right.
so he can't move.
Yeah.
So I've got him up against Danny's porch. He can't move.
Oh, that's really good, yeah, because the giraffe is, again, something kind of unique, and
So he can't move.
I think the giraffe and the palm tree must go together to some extent.
Well, they do, and I've had the giraffe and the palm tree together in the past, but the problem is that the giraffe will not stand on his own.
Right.
In the future, the only way I could pull this off with the giraffe and the palm tree would be to attach the giraffe to the palm tree. I can secure the palm tree in the ground. I can get him in the ground. I've got a 2x4 that'll get that holds the palm tree up.
Right.
Then once I get the palm tree secure, I could secure the giraffe to the palm tree.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
they don't need to be together necessarily.
They don't need to be, but in the future, if I choose, I can secure the giraffe to the palm tree.
Sure.
Now those candy canes were my idea. I love them. They're blue. They're green, and they're a beautiful color green, and they accent his porch.
Yeah, and those greens match the greens on the bush and the palm tree
Oh, I love
over
that
to
green. Now ahead of that giraffe are two Sesame Street
the Sesame
characters.
Street. Yeah,
I think the guy on the left is Elmo.
I think so.
I think the guy on the right is the Cookie Monster.
Oh, yeah, that looks like the Cookie Monster. All right, yeah, we're getting right in on
So I
it.
think Elmo is the red guy,
Yeah,
and the Cookie Monster is the blue guy.
yeah,
I think.
yeah, I think that's
So,
right.
I mean, I'm not an expert, so I'm just guessing.
I think you're right.
Now,
Spice.
on these railings this year, and I've done it different every year. Last year, on these railings in the front, last year I had white and green. This year I went with white that doesn't change color, it stays white,
Mm-hmm.
and I put a set of changer lights below it.
Oh, okay.
And you
yeah.
can see the changer lights are changing. Now they're going to red.
Yeah, they're changing right before our eyes here.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they're going to red. They're going to leave red in a minute, and they're going to head to something else. Now they're going to pink,
Yeah. I got
purple.
that.
Now there's a purple coming. There's purple.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go to blue, I think.
Yeah, they change slowly, but they're
Oh,
definitely
they're
make.
gorgeous.
Yeah, they're beautiful colors.
I had them sitting in a crate there in my storage area, and I thought, by George, I'm going to put them on. See what that does. I think it's cute.
Oh yeah, that looks very nice.
Now here's a good one for you. The lady that lives here, Anna, come out the other day when I was putting them candy canes on, and she said, I come out here the other day and I could have swore those lights were blue. Then she said, she looked another, she said, then I looked another time, she said they were red. She said, I thought that I was going out of my mind. I said, Anna, they're changer lights.
Yeah,
But that's what she said.
you got her.
I got her. She said, yeah. She said, I looked, they were blue. And I come out one other time, she said, and they were red. And then she said to herself, did he change them lights?
Yeah.
I said, no.
I
I said,
you were running out every 5 minutes and changing them. It's the fact that they change slowly enough that
that's what
you
it
can
is.
look at them, take a good look, and you
That's
don't
right.
realize.
And she didn't pick up on it. It was driving her kind of crazy. Now, the
Whereas-
last thing over here on this side is Santa Claus left, Rudolph right, and Frosty in the middle.
Right. I've got the whole tableau here. Rudolph's been out before. I've seen him before.
Yep. Frosty was in a different section last year and didn't like him there, so I put him here.
Frosty makes a nice contrast to Rudolph and Santa here.
I stumbled on this. I put Santa and Rudolph, that was a no-brainer. I put them together. Okay. Then there was a space in the middle. I take the snowman out, I'm trying to think, where in the hell am I going to put that snowman? there were two young girls in a car whom I've taught before,
Right.
and they were watching me set up the dinosaur, the cow, and the teddy bear. They were watching me set them up. So, okay, so they're sitting here in the car, and yeah, that looks great, Mr. Dupuis, and so on and so forth. And then I had Frosty. I said, where in the hell am I going to put Frosty? And one girl said, what about between Santa and Rudolph? Well, I said, okay. So I went back, I set him back there, and sure enough, that's where he belongs.
Yeah, it looks really good there.
So it was these two girls that were sitting in the car, gave me the idea, and that's where they belong. Because it's one theme in itself. It's Santa, Frosty, and Rudolph.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a
they
winter, Christmas, and North Pole sort of thing.
Correct. It's a mini theme.
I guess people are throwing ideas at you all the time, and you kind of have to sift through them as well as match them up to your own,
Well,
and the design emerges.
It's not so much that they give me ideas. They don't so much give me ideas unless I ask for them.
Right.
Like if I'm out here,
Right.
and if I throw something out at somebody, then they'll give me an idea. There's very few people that will go, you know what I do, Al? Like there's very few people that will do that.
Well, it looks so good the way it is, they probably
Yeah.
don't feel they could improve it.
Right. But if I ask you for an opinion, they will give me one.
Right.
So if I don't ask for the help, they won't give it to me. But if I ask for it, they will. I mean, I'm out here, I could be out here for hour upon hour upon hour. I mean, I'm half brain dead out here half the time.
You are out here hour an hour, that's from
You know,
what I
I
see.
get tired, you know, I get cranky, and I get restless, and I get impatient. Because this takes a lot of work.
I guess so.
I'm usually out here by myself. I mean, the help that you've given me, that the other boys have, has been mostly on the house. Height, ladders, and so on.
Right.
But as far as setting up the item,
Oh, yeah.
I've pretty much done the item setup alone,
Pretty much, I would say you have, yeah.
you know, and so
It's a lot.
it takes a lot of patience. Right. And the thing is that what happens when you're setting it up alone, if it's windy, and usually it is, you put the item, and then you come down to see if it's going to be okay there, and it's blown over.
Oh, right,
So then
yeah.
I got to go, and I got to dowel it into the ground, or put a couple of these pins in it, then come back and look again. And that's time consuming. And after a while, you're going, oh my Jesus. So you get impatient. For the most part, I think I've maintained my brain all right.
Yeah, you always do. Yeah, you could use some more helpers, but I suppose it's hard to find them. And you can't use too many at once because you wouldn't want people crashing around there.
It's not so much that I could use more helpers. I really believe that the way this is working well. I have the help when I need the help, and I just have to be patient when I'm out here alone. Because really, being out here alone is important to me, because it's just me and the project.
Right.
You know, this is my project.
It's your project for sure.
So
and that's
this
probably-
allows me, right? This allows me to experience the setting up by myself. It's a process. I got to keep coming back to the road, look, go back, change it, back and forth. It might take me an hour, 2 hours for one item.
Right. Yeah, the artistic vision has to form that way, I guess. That
Correct.
probably
That's right.
does require a certain amount of working alone.
You have to work alone. You really do. If I had 3 or 4 guys out here, and one guy's going, no, I think it should be here. The other guy's going, well, what about here? That's just going to confuse
Oh,
me.
yeah. That would make me more impatient than
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah, it would drive
running
me
back
nuts.
and forth. Yeah, no, that wouldn't work.
So I'm better off to be doing this type of work by myself.
I'm just going to come back to the collection box for a minute here. I think a couple of people helped pull that together, did they not?
Yeah, that's the original one was done by Glenn O'Neill,
Yeah,
and then painted by Diane Accent.
right.
She decorated it, and then they stole that one about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then I called Glenn on the phone. He rebuilt me another one, and Diane Accent repainted it again.
Very
The
nice.
first one was white. This time she painted it red with white.
At least some of the help's there when you really need it.
Oh, the people who've helped me with this is, you know, I can't say enough about them, and they're friends. You know, I mean, I can't pay them. They won't take any money.
No, it's not about money.
You know, so they're a part of this. I mean, the amount of people who come to see this is unbelievable.
I know, there's a steady stream of cars just rolling by and pausing and taking a good look at everything.
Every single old folks home in this area, Annapolis, Digby, Clare, every one of them come here in their buses.
Right.
I have to get on the bus when I'm here, and I try to be here when they're here. Meet and greet the people. You know, it's something important to them. I'm on the things to do at Christmas for all of them. I'm on their whatever. I'm on the plan. You got to go over to Dupuis' house.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I have a responsibility to them.
That's great.
I try to meet it the best way I can.
Yeah, I think my wife's planning to bring an elderly lady that she helps to look after over here. Maybe in
So
a
I
day or
think that pretty much ties it up.
Yeah.
You know, there are things I can change as we speak. I can walk up there. I can change. I can go to where the lights are behind that pink bush as we speak, and I can change what that setup is doing over the loft door.
Right. You can change the patterns anytime.
I can change the pattern.
Yeah.
I can do that there. I can do that to the top of the house, although right. I love that.
That pattern there, I don't know if you could improve it.
I can't improve it.
You could change it, but you probably can't improve it.
No, I can't. That's the best one it has.
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
I've tried and I've got the best one that it gives me. And what that is, the one on the top there that we're talking about, you see it now? Look, white and red.
Yeah, I've got it right in the finder.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
If that was just going white and red itself, but now when you watch this, it's giving it all to you. It'll go white, red for a while, it's back to white.
Yeah.
It gives you, I don't know how many variations. There are nights I'll stand out here and just watch that.
Yeah. Yeah, that alone is a pretty magnificent
it's
display.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
it really is.
It is.
I've considered, and I could do it, obviously, because I have them. I've considered doing it on the peak of my front. But the problem with that is, it interferes, in my opinion, with the old-fashioned look.
Right, that would take away from the gingerbread look, I think, personally.
I think it would.
Yeah.
I don't think it's meant to be there.
No, it's in a perfect place where it is.
You'd agree?
I agree. It's carnival, and it's in the carnival
it's in the carnival section.
area. Yeah.
So if I go and move that to here, then I think I take away from this. I think I got to leave it where it belongs.
Yeah. Certain things, I guess, once you get them right, they have to stay. Other things you can keep changing them till they are even more perfect than they are at the moment.
Well, yeah. But there's certain things that must stay the way they are.
Right. Oh yeah, those lights there, I personally would leave those the way they are. They're really great. So what are your plans for the future, Al? I guess I'll just conclude by asking you that. Are you going to keep developing it even bigger, or just keep changing things?
No, it's not going to be bigger. I can't get bigger. I don't have enough. I don't have the property to go bigger.
Right.
I have a projector, which I could have put it out today, but I didn't. But I have a projector that I've got that's going to project either on Danny's house or onto my garage door. If I decide to use the projector on my garage door, then probably what's on that garage door as you see it now will be gone.
Right, that would probably have to change.
Well, yeah, I'd get
pretty
rid of
well. Yeah, the star would, or it could go somewhere else.
I'd move
suppose.
it.
Yeah, move it.
So in other words, what you see on the garage door, like if you stand right here where I am, and you see that angle to the garage door, you've got a little crab-looking thing that I put on the top. You see it?
Yeah.
Almost like a spider web.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
And that goes on and off.
It's off now.
And the
There it's
drippers
on
on the
again.
inside.
Yeah,
Then the blue star, the 6-pointed star.
yeah.
And then so that's the Star of David, isn't it?
Star of David.
And then the polar bear on the bottom.
Yeah, I see it.
They would all be gone. If I put the projector on that door, they have to be gone.
They have to go somewhere else, or
And the projector has got Santa and a sleigh, or I can go snow falling, or I can go a tree, which has a rotating effect. I even have a New Year's Eve one, which I wouldn't use for Christmas, but I certainly could put it out for New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve is coming.
I could put it out for New Year's Eve.
The lights will still be out by then, I guess.
Oh, the lights are not coming down till at least the 15th of January.
Oh, good. I'll
There
give
are people
everyone.
after Christmas that want to see this, and there's some people home for the holidays and so on.
Right.
No, this is not coming down until at least the middle of January.
That gives everyone in the community a perfect chance to see it more than once, too, if they want to.
Oh, there's people that see that. Look, I've had women tell me they've been here so Jesus many times they can't get enough of it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
there's
I can
people
believe
that
it.
I don't know if they're addicted to it, but it's a hell of an addiction. It's a good addiction.
It's a good addiction. It's a pretty surprising sight when you first come driving up the avenue here and you suddenly see this.
It's quite weird, because I'll be somewhere and shopping or I don't know, could be pumping gas or something, and all of a sudden somebody comes to me and says, "You're the guy with the Christmas lights." Yeah,
Right.
That's me. Oh my God, you have no idea how much pleasure you get. So it's quite neat what these things do to people. See, they expect to see this somewhere else.
Right.
When I started this, it caught people off guard, I think, because no one in this town was doing it to this magnitude.
Not to this magnitude.
No.
It's never been done to this magnitude, to the best of my knowledge. Not in
No.
the last 45 years.
I don't
anyway.
believe, no. So it kind of caught them off guard. They were going out of town to see this, or something similar to this.
Right.
Now they can stay within their own community and see it, so they don't have to go far. And they're telling all their friends and relatives, and they're coming in from the outside to see this. There's people coming in here from everywhere.
I've talked this up around at different schools I go to, and I find that people know about it, and a lot of them have been here. If they haven't been here, they are planning to come as soon as they can.
Oh, it's it's definitely got its life of its own now. Some people may not know me, but they know that this is on 2nd Avenue.
Right.
They may not know the guy who does it, but they know that it's on 2nd Avenue.
Well, it's a beautiful sight, Al. Really beautiful. Done a lot for the Christmas spirit in this town.
Yeah,
So we thank you for that.
Well, thanks, Rupert. Thank you for doing the interview. You've done a great job as usual. You can see them all flickering. I'm going to go shut them off now, okay, because you don't want to let the lasers. That laser will burn out if you let it on too long.
Right. I've got it on the
see-
close-up here, yeah.
You see the fireflies up there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm right in on them.
So I'm going to go shut them off.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Al, for the great tour.
Thank you. I'll stand in front of the old London Bridge for you here.
Okay.
This is I'm pretty proud of this. I love this. I liked it when I saw it in the store, so I knew I had to have one.
Right, it's quite an object.
Well, I talked to a woman who's been on it.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she's been on the actual bridge. Yeah.
It didn't come like that, I guess, did it? It came in a box, all in pieces?
Anyway, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.